All right, good evening and welcome to the January 27th, 2026 meeting of the Leominster Conservation Commission. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. My name is Jesse Averka. I am the conservation agent for the city of Leominster. Please silence your phones. That's ironic. And a big, grand, warm welcome to our new chairperson, Stephanie Quinlan. Thank you for stepping up, and we're very excited.
Yeah, I already forgot how all this works. So.
Yeah, that's fine. So tonight on the agenda we have that COC request, which no one from Hannigan is going to be here, so we're just going to leave that on the agenda. Take it off.
Roll call.
Oh yeah, roll call. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me do roll call. Jordan Bashan.
Here.
Rich Gullick. Here. Stephanie Quinlan.
Here.
And Nick Benton. Here. All right. So we can get into the meeting. As I was just saying, no one from Hannigan could make it tonight, and it's Hannigan Engineering that's in for that COC request. So we'll just continue that, leave it on for February 10th. And then, Steph, if you want to read the new hearing into the record, we can open that up.
All right. We have one new hearing tonight, a notice of intent filed by Michael Johnson for the proposed construction of safety improvements and upgrades to existing infrastructure at 163 Pioneer Drive.
Welcome.
Hello. My name is Frank McPartland from Dillis and Roy, here on behalf of the applicant, Matrix Technologies, for 163 Pioneer Drive in Leominster. So first off, I do understand that we haven't received a Mass DEP file number yet, so this is just the opening meeting on this, but kind of wanted to get it in front of the commission prior to getting that number, just to get the feelings on the project. But the project before the commission is the construction of safety improvements and upgrades to an existing infrastructure on the easterly side of an existing manufacturing facility at 163 Pioneer Drive in order to meet federal Environmental Protection Agency Regulation 40 CFR 112.7, which is also known as the Spill Prevention, Control, and Countermeasure Rule under the Clean Water Act. So basically this manufacturing facility gets materials brought in on a railroad siding, and their protective measures, especially given its proximity to the wetlands and the riverfront riparian zone there, are currently lacking. The site itself is currently 12 acres. As I said, it contains an existing industrial manufacturing facility with parking and loading areas, along with supporting infrastructure. There are railroad sidings from the abutting MBTA Fitchburg rail line on the eastern portion of the site, which is the kind of bottom of the plan. These sidings provide rail access for the unloading of raw materials used in the facility, which are stored on the site in existing container tanks. Wetland resource areas were located and delineated on the southerly and eastern portions of the site between the existing building and the main rail line. And what's up on the plan now is a tributary of the Easter Brook with the associated wetlands and bank to that area. Portions of the site are within the Zone A for the most recent FEMA flood map. However, we are not impacting that with these proposed improvements. What is being proposed, and I had really nice notes for myself that I left on the printer.
Of course.
Bear with me while I'm searching through the document. But so we're proposing an additional tank containment area to supplement existing methanol storage tanks, a concrete spill containment area with an integrated trench drain and sump for tanker truck unloading area near those storage tanks, and then fiberglass spill pans for the existing rail unload areas with an associated pump station for on-site containment of spills. So essentially, it's to bring the area up to meet the required safety standards for this kind of process and activity.
What's the square footage?
So the square footage, so we're disturbing about, I want to say disturbing and replicating 850 square feet of riverfront zone.
You don't have to
Yeah.
replicate.
Or not replicate, that's not quite the right word, but we're doing a one-to-one restoration.
Really?
Yeah, so, Jesse, can you switch to the proposed plan?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
There's a wetland replication?
No wetland, this is all the riverfront
Yeah.
zone that we're disturbing.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit of riverfront on the property already. A good portion of that itself is already degraded, whether it's parking
Yeah.
lot, building, railroad siding. We happen to be working in a small area that is not considered degraded. It might be lowercase degraded,
Yeah.
but, so what we're proposing with that 850 square feet of pavement extension area, kind of on the left,
What was that square foot, 850?
850, yes.
850.
So that is, that's an area that's being expanded to provide room for all these safety measures. And what we're doing at the other end of the pavement is providing a riverfront restoration area on a one-to-one basis with native plantings and I believe it was a wetland seed mix. These improvements all came from the client themselves, their safety engineer. So we just brought those on to the plans. We brought that before you.
The other, so the only issue here would be if there have been, I don't know the square footage of the property itself, but if more than 10% of that, or 5,000 square feet,
Right.
has been paved since the Riverfront Act was passed on August 7th, 1996.
Yep, so.
Well, but even with that, since they're proposing a restoration portion that matches, even if they were up at that limit, isn't what they're doing?
Well, isn't this, you're going under redevelopment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because this was all developed before that came into play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was well before, yeah.
I looked at the satellite photos, and it looks
Yeah.
like you're well within the 5,000. This looks like the first new
Yeah.
impervious surface introduced since the Riverfront Act was passed.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks like you're well within your limit to do this.
Yeah. No, good point, though.
How close is that area to the creek?
That is very close.
It's just this area right
Yeah,
here,
so
right?
if you look at the plan up there,
I bought this thing and I never use it.
yeah.
So this right here, Rich, that filled in here now, is the.
So
That's
plus or
the pavement
minus.
extension area?
Yeah,
Plus
so
or
everything, like, all of this stuff is already all paved, and then this is where they need additional pavement in order to meet, those safety standards that he's referencing.
So how close does it get? There's gotta be a number.
yes, there is, and I'm looking at the plan itself to see if there's a distinct label, and I'm not seeing that offhand. It would be,
Scale, for a rough idea at least.
scale's 40 feet.
Well, you got a 100-yard,
40.
you got a 100-foot buffer around the well.
Yeah,
Which we can use that.
I'm thinking 25 feet, 20 to 25 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
And what's the boundary from the edge of this paved area between that and the resource area gonna look like?
So from the, that's going to kind of remain the existing vegetation that's out there. We do have some photos in the report from our delineation. But that'll stay as kind of the existing vegetation. We have some poplars and maples along with undergrowth.
Oh, sure, but I mean like the literal edge, like I'm assuming there's gonna be a berm, right, and
Oh.
it's sloped in the other direction.
Yes.
I don't wanna,
So that it's not dumping directly towards,
correct.
yeah, so there is a.
That's my assumption, I wanna
Yep,
just
so
make sure
there-
we're on the same
there's a
page.
paved area, and then there's a, between the paved area and the native vegetation, there's gonna be a stone diaphragm trench to, so that will catch anything that might run off of the new pavement. So there's essentially basically, it's almost like a stone infiltration trench on the edge. I don't believe there's any curb. There is a retaining wall extension. You can see the grades. We have 398, 395. So this is kind of above the existing grade. So there'd be a existing grade would be down here, retaining wall up, and then the pavement is on the high side of the retaining wall. So actually, that retaining wall would provide some protection in keeping the flow and keeping any runoff on the disturbed portion of the site.
Okay.
And where would such precipitation go? Are there drains there?
They would drain into the existing storm. They would pretty much drain. There is an existing catch basin just to the south of the work. So anything in this area would run into that.
Sorry, did you say south of the work?
Yeah, so that would be to the left. So there is a catch basin. Right.
That's not draining from the containment area though, correct?
Correct. So there's a catch basin here. There are catch basins in the containment area, yes. But we are adding a tank farm containment area adjacent to those catch basins. So there's a, it's like a concrete pit. It's not quite like in a mechanics bay, but something similar to that, where the loading activities occur in that concrete pit. That will keep anything from spilling and running into the catch basins nearby. Similarly, there's a concrete truck loading pad here with a trench drain and essentially a sump collection that'll pump back any spill back to containment at the building.
Yeah, any spill that is over the tank pad.
Correct, or so that they'll back trucks in to here to and then transfer components to that truck. So if there's any spill in that, that's when that trench drain would be utilized. These tanks here would be pumped from the train into the tank, and then I think leave from the tank into the truck.
Okay. And the tanks have a secondary containment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then a lot of what this is to kind of expand that secondary containment and bring it up to meet.
Yeah, no,
meet
that's
EPA
great.
codes.
Why do we have so many catch basins right next to this loading and unloading zone though?
Probably because when it was built.
Oh, that was the spill management
The
system?
spill management system was to catch it in a catch basin.
Do we know where that discharge is?
I do not on these plans, but we can look into that.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know if it is, something that is like contained municipally, or if that is just discharging like 200 feet away.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I'm curious, but I don't know if it's gonna be relevant. I don't know if anyone else wants to weigh in.
It's interesting, it would be good to know.
I'm assuming in the containment areas that they will contain, and then once you realize there's no spill, then you must release whatever water is in there.
Yeah,
So
so,
there's an operation maintenance plan going with this?
yes. Yes, and that's been prepared by the client. And I will request that from them, if that's something the commission
Yeah,
needs to
I'd
see.
want to see that.
Mhm.
If they're outdoor containment areas, that has to be how it is.
Sure,
Yep,
yeah.
Some way that
Yeah.
there's a drain and they open it and leave it open, you
Yeah.
know, and then close it when the trucks come and
Mhm.
so on.
What's the
There's
compound
attention.
you think?
We know we've got time either way, it'd be 2 weeks, so.
Say
Methanol.
methanol?
Was it methanol?
Methanol is what I've seen in the report, yes.
I'd like to visit the site, Jesse.
Yeah, we can absolutely.
I always like factories, anyways,
Yeah.
let alone containment areas.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, why not? Do you want someone from their side present, or do you just want to go look at it?
That would be helpful.
Yeah,
To
right,
answer
okay.
questions.
Yeah, Frank, do you think you or someone from your firm, or anyone from the, I guess from the applicant side?
Yeah, I would definitely want someone from the applicant side there to answer
Yeah.
those specifics, because that's getting into a kind of a realm of engineering beyond our wheelhouse and scope.
Yeah,
But, yeah, I can talk to the other PM and the client, can set something up for you, Jesse.
yeah, that'd be great.
It might not, I mean, it's a little covered right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it depends on.
Yeah,
you know,
contingent on whether we get another foot and a half this weekend.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
how fast do you need this approved?
That's another good question.
Yeah, knowing their
Is this?
timeline would be
Yeah,
helpful.
I would think there's other, do you guys have most of the other permitting done for this project?
I think this is, as far as we're concerned,
Yeah.
this is what we have for the permit, whether
Mm.
they have other
Yeah,
regulatory
yeah,
things that
sure.
they have to go through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
But
we should.
your
I-
firm is just doing this.
We are just
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
the
just getting
local
it on.
conservation permit, yeah.
Sure.
Fair enough.
There's some other authority oversees the catchment itself, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because you're not really here before us for the catchment.
No,
You're
we
here for the pavement, really.
Yeah.
I'm here for the pavement,
Yeah.
for the restoration that we're proposing,
Mm-hmm.
and to say that we're really here to improve upon a potentially terrible situation.
Mhm.
Where
Yeah.
if there is a
Right,
spill,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we're-
right now they're not.
we're trying, we're trying to help them get into compliance.
I get that.
Yep,
Mhm.
The project is intended to protect the resource.
Yeah.
correct,
By its very nature.
yes.
I am curious to know where that discharges, because if that does discharge into the resource area, either here or down gradient,
Mhm.
I would maybe want to do something about having so many catch basins right next to that delivery area.
Yep.
If that's something that the applicant would consider. And I am also curious about the rest of the commission's opinions on, I don't know if we have a precedent for like requesting sort of berms in this area to keep some of the, just to, to keep more of a
Keep it
physical
separate.
barrier, right, yeah, right along the edge of the asphalt when
Mhm.
we are so close to a resource area.
Lock Drive would be one example.
Yeah, if that's something we.
Yeah, yeah. No,
What's
I
that?
think that's a thing, that's fine.
You got like a double line in your plan? Is that a berm or a wall?
So,
That sort of double line between the.
there is a retaining wall extension called out.
Yeah,
Um,
what is that?
I don't think we have
No.
a section.
You talking about this, Nick?
No, above that. The
Above
sort of
that.
Double line before that, the solid
Oh.
double line
Right
between,
there.
like, on the east edge of the stone. above 89.67 and 44.83.
Are you talking about this?
Yeah, that thing.
Just past the edge of
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like there's a guardrail and then a retaining wall, and we're extending the
Okay.
retaining wall.
But there's no
So
there's no berm.
I'm not sure offhand if that retaining wall is curved or
Right.
is flush.
Yeah.
And I don't see that in our site photos in the wetland report.
Yeah, it is, it's something that I'd like to ask that you consider. You know, I don't know how burdensome that is, you know, how much extra effort that is, but I think that I would like to see it.
So is that like a stone trench in front of the wall?
That's gonna be a stone trench between the new pavement and the wall extension.
Yeah,
That would presumably.
that's kind of the opposite, right? A stone trench is gonna facilitate drainage, whereas a berm would.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
direct it in the other.
Yeah, well, it depends where the trench drains to. Does the trench then drain to the catch basin, or does the trench then drain east to the wetland?
Mhm.
Presumably, it-
Right.
Yeah, that's a
Good,
good
yeah,
point.
good question.
presumably the stone trench drains, it returns to the catch basin
Mhm.
rather than.
Right, if it
Yeah.
does that, then there's no
Yeah.
need for a berm because it's.
It
it's-
effectively
Yeah.
evacuates it,
That's what I would do.
yeah.
This was a lot of information that we received from the client,
Mhm.
so we'll
Sure.
follow up on where that
Yeah.
stone diaphragm trench goes as well.
That's great. Well, I'm glad you did come in today.
Yeah.
So I have, in my notes from the discussion, any kind of O&M, operations and maintenance for the spill containment itself. Kind of where is the drainage going,
Yep.
on site? The potential for burning to direct.
Depending on where
runoff.
the trench and
Yep.
the catch basins discharge.
The discharge for the stone diaphragm trench, and then the logistics of coordinating a site visit.
Most of those should be in the SBCC in the
Right.
plan.
Right.
And what are you proposing, are you proposing to add to the, are you proposing to add plantings or?
Yeah, so there are plantings proposed, those are called out on sheet C, C3.1, where we kind of have that zoomed in area, so that's,
Okay, over there to the north?
yeah, plan right to the north. We're calling out 850 square feet of riverfront restoration. That entire area is to be seeded with a New England wildflower mix, and we're currently proposing a mix of highbush blueberries and silky dogwood.
That's a generous and thoughtful inclusion. Very nice. I appreciate that.
Cool.
Everybody good? No more questions right now?
No.
Right.
No audience?
Yeah,
Just
no audience.
continue.
Yeah, so you can,
Entertain a
there you go.
motion to
Yeah.
continue this hearing to the next meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
And how do you vote on that? Nick,
Aye.
Jordan,
Aye.
Rich,
Aye.
and Steph.
Aye.
All right. Yeah, we'll be in touch in the meantime. Thanks for
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, we'll be in touch, and if for some reason that doesn't work, I'll
Yeah.
hopefully be able to tell you sooner rather than later.
Yeah, even, it's not a big deal, whatever you know.
Yeah, and we do want to be sensitive to their timeline as well.
Right.
But I imagine that they're not going to want to do paving if it's under 2 feet of snow either.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Actually doing the work.
It's fair to want to be able to see.
And we can always
It's reasonable.
Uh-huh.
Oh, DEP still needs to get us the number.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right, with any
They're
comments,
E
usually a
you
lot
know.
slower than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need DEP's number, we need DEP's comments,
Yeah.
and given the way comments have been coming to me on riverfront projects,
Mhm.
no matter what the project is or how much
You
information
might
I
have a
give,
couple.
Yeah.
They've been, I'll say rough. So,
Fair.
yep, definitely.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yes, they do. Thank you very much, I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Have a good
Thank
night.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Excellent. Moving forward, nothing in continued hearings. In the regular meeting, got enforcements, nothing there. Item 2, meeting minutes.
Yeah. Did everyone get a look at the December 9th ones? I think a few people edited them.
That was the big
Where's
one.
my chess game?
How you
that I was
doing?
playing? I don't know.
Yeah, I had done it previously.
I looked
saw
at-
Nick was in
I
it.
looked at
Yeah.
the December 9th meeting. It was, the only real comment I had was the language about confirming the various,
Whether we're issuing an order of conditions or whether we are approving a project with these order
yeah,
of conditions.
yeah.
Yes, I read what you put there.
I thought issuing an order of conditions was correct but cryptic. I just thought it would be nice to sort of clearly state that we're approving the project with conditions.
Well, approving a notice of intent,
Approving a notice of
because
intent.
that's the action.
I mean, it is like
Yeah.
issuing an order of conditions.
Yeah.
Like it, on the document,
You
you write
could do
in
it on
the
these
date of, the
conditions.
date of issuance, you know, like,
Yeah.
that's.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't care, like, I'll go with whatever, I think it's like semantics at that point, I think we're finding a
Well,
way. But-
I would say we should say we're approving, or just, but approving the NOI with the following conditions. Standard or standard plus.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess,
That's
yeah,
fine,
I was
yeah.
suggesting language, something like that.
Yeah.
In order to clearly state that we're approving the NOI.
But you need to run through those and make sure the wording's still.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Make it nice and pretty.
So I wanted to sort of explicitly.
Okay,
include
yeah,
the
right
word
here.
approve.
Well, it's probably in this like 3 or 4 times.
Did folks think that we got the basic tenets of that meeting, what the commitments were from the applicant summarized in the minutes?
I think so, except there was I think I had one little comment, but yeah. About
Yeah, because that's probably the biggest thing is,
Make sure
these
the
conditions.
conditions were.
Mhm.
yeah.
I looked over my notes and everything was covered except for the exposure to rainwater.
Yeah,
So I added that.
Where is this one?
this red right here with a surface perforation.
To allow rainwater exposure.
Yeah.
That was a point that
Yeah, we wanted
I
to go on.
mentioned, and then
Yeah.
Matt
Okay.
said himself, oh, well, we don't want to do it if it's not going to facilitate their habitat. So yes, of course we want to make sure
Yeah.
it's appropriate for the amphibians that we use it.
Yeah, no, that's good to have that on there.
Well, yeah, I think you got them. I think we got them all in there, Jesse. Except for maybe, it's too bad Mike isn't here. Because that was like you wrote it down and I understood it to be
Yeah.
interpretive signage.
Mhm.
But Mike was actually saying that his intention was to include
Yeah.
literature.
It's
Yeah.
hard if it was an intention that wasn't described at the time.
I don't think it was-
I think
yeah,
we're
I
really
don't think it
locked
was
into
clear.
what was.
I think that's right, yeah.
Because I did,
clearly
after
described
we,
at the time.
yeah, because he mentioned that at the last meeting, and I looked back through the video, and I don't know, I tried to be
Faithful
like
to that.
faithful to what was
yeah.
in the video,
I think
and
that's-
to what made it into the order, you know, like the order's already
Yeah.
Yeah,
issued.
Right, I think that's the
Right.
understanding that we're gonna have to go with.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah, I
agree
mean, yeah,
with
the
that.
order is already issued,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
then.
No, and I'm glad you reviewed the video, because like, I guess that's what I was
Yeah,
getting
Yeah,
at.
it's
Like-
hard, I
like,
do think it was a great idea.
Did we
You know, for next time.
misunderstand that, you know? Yeah. I think that covers my concern.
Okay.
Even if you wanna say like, issue order the conditions, and in parentheses say like,
Yeah.
approve NOI.
Uh-huh.
That's fine with me too, just so long
Sure.
as it's clear, because issue order of conditions it's just cryptic if the public reads that. It's sort of unclear what we're
Mhm.
doing.
So simply say we approve the NOI.
Yeah, okay.
In order of conditions, because that's what's applied.
All right,
That's what
I'll
we
just,
approve.
yeah, I'll do both. I'll do both going forward. That's easy.
All
Very
right,
easy.
so I can entertain a motion to approve these, this is December 9th,
Yes, it is
Good.
December 9th.
the notes from the 9th as amended and discussed.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, that's Rich and Nick. How do you vote? Jordan?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Steph?
Aye.
And Nick?
Aye.
Thank you. Approve
Approve.
the notice of intent and issue.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's a fair point. There's
Two,
people
yeah.
that are, I'm not thinking about the public,
Like
I'm
how-
thinking about
yeah.
like me and you guys.
Because like, when you look back over those notes, that's the only record of the meeting.
Yeah.
Like those, like the video is gone after, it takes off it's taken off the website after a few months. It's.
Well, the videos stay on the
No.
YouTube channel.
They're on the YouTube channel, you can
Yeah.
find them on the YouTube channel?
Yeah. Assuming YouTube continues to have
Yeah.
infinite storage of
Right,
videos, which
yeah.
I don't know how it does that, but.
But my point is that that's not really an official record. I mean, it's nice that it's
Correct.
there, but it's not,
Yeah, yeah.
these notes
Yeah.
are the official records, so.
Mhm. Sure.
All right.
And I did the January ones today, they're very short, I'll put them online, but yeah, no one's.
They're not available yet, and that's.
Yeah, they're not available yet.
2026, not 2025.
You're right,
Mm,
you're
rookie
right.
mistake.
I'm making a mistake on like every agenda. I don't know
We'll
what it
look
is.
forward to seeing those brief minutes along with tonight's in the near future.
Yeah, they're easy now, yeah. The 45-minute meetings, the meeting minutes don't take too long.
Okay, moving forward, commissioner comments,
Oh,
moving back.
I know there was interest in, now they're having shorter meetings, I figured it would be a good time to do it. Do people want me to just put together like a PowerPoint, basically explaining when we have jurisdiction and what we have jurisdiction over, and
Please
just
do.
reviewing, just like a
Yeah, sure.
refresher?
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
great.
All right, I will do that for the next meeting.
No, don't save it, I won't be at the next meeting.
You won't be, okay, I'll put it on the drive and I'll wait until we have you back to go over it. So then we'll tentatively plan on, are you gonna be here on the 24th?
Yes.
Okay, we'll plan on that. Cool.
Jesse,
That's
can you,
all that I have.
can you put up is Jordan's table up there as well on the drive anywhere? I was looking for it yesterday, I couldn't find it.
If you need me to email that to you, like as a file to upload to the drive,
Yeah.
I could do that instead. I think I just gave you a link to the drive I've been working in.
Okay, yeah, I think
Yeah, 'cause
you're
I couldn't
right.
see it.
Yeah, I do not have it up there.
Okay. And Jesse, in the
I should be able to, if it, yeah, I'm sorry, what are you saying?
in the future, should I reach out and ask to have it added on the agenda each time in advance, or would it fall under commissioner comments? Like
I think it could
discussion
just be
by the
under
board?
commissioner
Okay.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's just like a general, the reason we have that there is if any one of us has a thing, like, hey, I need your thoughts on this, which, I think that falls under that.
And as you get a little further along, I believe it should be on the agenda, since we're talking about a new city law.
Right.
It would make
I
sense
guess
to open that to the public.
If
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people are
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah, I guess if you're looking for,
Input,
Yeah.
feedback,
yeah,
put it on the agenda.
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
I was also thinking regarding the ordinance, the other thing that keeps coming up is, it's not with respect to the wetlands ordinance, but it would be more appropriate with respect to the stormwater ordinance. And it's the obvious flood of record that exceeds that now exceeds the 100-year flood. So we have a September 11th event in recent memory for which we have good data that a lot of our infrastructure does not meet that capacity.
Were you,
And-
yeah, that,
and so, but I think that would be an appropriate thing to address as well, like to amend the stormwater ordinance to require or at least consider explicitly the flood of record.
Great storms.
No, not a freak storm, it's the flood of record. So like, this was how infrastructure was designed historically, to a flood of record, not, because you couldn't model a 100-year storm.
Yeah.
What you would do is just build to whatever the oldest person in the village could remember, right? So many bridges are stamped 1940 because they're built after the 1936 and 1938 flood. And they still exist because to build to that flood of record, which is what the engineers did, they said, well, we have these big floods, let's make our bridges a foot higher. And lo and behold, you look around and that infrastructure is still there. It's at the end of its lifespan, but it's still there because it was designed to meet a flood of record, not, you know, not to some 100-year
Right,
model.
not to a modeling
Right,
statistic.
right. I mean, now the state requires that we build to a modeling standard, but because we have this instance of a clear flood of record, I think it would be prudent to sort of amend the stormwater ordinance to explicitly direct engineers to consider that flood of record in the city.
I don't think that's practical, frankly, Commissioner.
If-
And that would just overbuild so much, and, you know.
I mean,
If we're asking for it as a consideration,
yeah,
because that isn't something that us as a bunch of non-PEs, you know, that we can evaluate or enforce if it's in our bylaw, you know what I mean? Like, I personally don't have the engineering background to describe what differences would be required to meet a 100-year storm or flood of record, you know what I mean?
We don't have authority on that either way.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the stormwater
DPW.
standards under WPA, and that's, you know, which like sometimes that does come into play with that.
Yeah,
It's really all
well, I mean, stormwater management is part of,
Yeah, oh, it's
Yeah.
absolutely part of like what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's part of our purview.
It is through the Watershed Protection Act. As far as
The
the
Wetlands
city
Protection Act.
ordinance law, that is not.
No,
Because
but,
according to the city
Yeah.
law, we are responsible for stormwater, and then we have delegated that authority to DPW.
That's
Who
correct,
then
yes.
runs with
Yeah,
it.
let the engineers.
So this, the
be
suggestion
engineers.
goes to DPW, basically. It's not something we'd be working on, correct, Nick?
no, but, I'm just noting that it comes up frequently that, you know, people come before us and somebody says, yeah, or it's Chuck often who says it, yes, you've built to a 100-year storm, but we just had 2 years ago a storm that exceeded the 100-year storm.
I know, but she's looking into doing a different type of, like when it's 200 year or something, but we'll never be able to match that storm. And so the city's not doing that.
I just don't think that,
Design-wise,
no one
there's
has the
way to
money
do it.
to account for a storm like that.
Yeah.
It's never, if you try to apply that to every project, every
You have to rewrite the
organization,
city.
every municipality, their entire budget would be gone on 2 projects. You know?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. We don't have a perfect system. So,
But your
like, I
point's-
I don't inherently disagree with it. but
Nick,
money
your point's
is-
taken that, yes, the
Like everything.
100-year storm is not necessarily the best current design. So we could go further potentially.
And my other point is that, so that they're required to build to the 100-year standard, right? 100-year storm as a standard legally. But I think what I'm suggesting is to include language that says that it considers an event like we've seen in recent history, in the recent record. So, you know, don't just include it in the model, see what happens. And if the results aren't catastrophic, then we're more confident moving forward. But if the results are, if the proposed infrastructure is destroyed under those conditions, that's a reason to sort of
Yeah, it-
consider, you know, whether.
Again, while I do, like, agree with where you're coming from, people aren't proposing those sort of engineering plans to us. Like, I just, I don't know, I feel like it falls a little bit outside of, what we end up executing in here. It's hard to include that if I don't feel qualified to evaluate what somebody's bringing in. I think that that's just gonna fall more under DPW.
Well, we'll see what kind of wording you come up with and talk about it.
Yeah, we can mull it over,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's still
I
in
think-
the works. I
yeah.
think it's reasonable to ask people to consider recent storms, but I think
Yeah,
we need to be
definitely.
careful exactly what hoops we're asking them to jump through.
Yeah, well, the other consideration is that, like, so, the way the planning works is that, like, when somebody comes before us, it's always a private developer. Like, in most cases, it's a private developer. Once that infrastructure is constructed, it becomes the city, it's the city's responsibility to maintain it, right? So, when you.
What infrastructure is the city's responsibility?
The like culverts,
Well, like, yeah, everything on the street, like city infrastructure is the city's responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as it goes on to private property, it's on them. I mean, it depends, like, what you're.
If it's like a
Yeah.
culvert under a road, it's.
Well, that'd be
Yeah.
a city project, because it's, I mean, the city might hire, like, usually DPW is like Blue Diamond do their work, but anything like
So like that's.
private, residential, commercial, like, we're not maintaining anything on those properties.
Well,
DPW is still looking at their plans.
Well,
I'm
like the
sure.
the CVS project that failed.
Yeah,
That one that failed, like they expanded their parking lot, rerouted the stream,
Mhm.
built the culvert, and now it's the city's problem, right? Like it's,
Well, I mean, CVS paid for that repair. Yeah, that was CVS's project.
It was the residents' problem.
yeah.
Yeah, right, well, they tried to screw the resident over, and thankfully you
Right.
guys had their back.
Should have been a lot earlier in the game.
Yeah, he was very happy eventually. It took a really long time, which, still feel bad for the guy, but.
So what else we got?
That's it, next meetings. The next meeting is scheduled for February 10th, 2026. The following meeting is scheduled for February 24th, 2026.
Question?
Not sure what the filing deadlines are off the top of my head.
So, you're not here on the 10th.
Correct?
Okay,
Mhm.
Chuck will not be here on the 10th. You need 4 to make quorum.
Yeah, I'll reach out to everyone.
6.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys
both
think
are
that
here,
you're all
I'll
going to be
invite
here on
myself.
February 10th?
I believe I should be here. I don't have any
Fair enough.
conferences.
I'll check in
scheduled
with
that
you
day.
guys when we're getting closer.
Yeah, otherwise you'll have to
Yeah.
postpone it for the quorum.
Yeah, yeah, and
But
if
you
we
need
don't
all 4
have,
of us, okay?
yeah,
Okay,
hopefully we do, if we don't, then we don't, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I can entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Yeah, I should be
Will
good.
somebody second this
Okay.
I'll
motion?
second.
I'll check in on you guys when
Thank
we
you,
get closer.
thank you.
Okay. Rich and Jordan to adjourn, how do you vote on that? Nick?
Bye.
Steph?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
And Jordan?
Aye.
All right, thank you, everyone.